Doop-a-doo. Let's give her just a couple minutes here to let everything kind of go where it needs to go. Get our login rewards. We got a lot of stuff we can claim. Alright, I'm Steel Walrus. You are awesome, and no matter where you're tuning in from, I hope you're having a good day. I'm certainly having one of the days of all time. Listening to some swanky music here in the cantina on the fleet, which is always a good time. Grab some artifact gifts, chuck these wherever the hell I go. Oh, good. I just have stuff in my inventory now. Awesome. All right. Well. We're gonna hide our head slot because we hide head slots in this chat. All right.
Selon se carigai. In bizo se waitai spila presen kretai. In bise e wanata atragata injais.
The more challenging, the better.
Waldufne jamatte jafraj.
He just called me delicious. That's the nicest thing that's been said to me this evening. Wait, it's the afternoon. Well, that would explain why it's the nicest thing that's been said to me this evening, because nothing else has been said. Or something. Alright, what we got? Narshada Nightlife. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I guess our objective for this evening... Why am I so convinced that it's the evening? That is... yeah, not boding well for my brain. Anyway. Let's see here. Strongholds, crew skills. Yeah, we gotta go and get some crew skills so we can make a little bit of money, make some stuff for ourselves. Luckily, I'm subscribed, so it'll be real easy. Which, if you aren't subscribed to Star Wars: The Old Republic, consider it. It's pretty great. And if you're not subscribed to me, well, you should just need to do that. At least on YouTube. Twitch, I don't think I have the ability to get subs yet because I'm not an affiliate. So in that case, follow and help me get affiliate. That'd be really cool. If you're, if you're watching a VOD or whatever. No pressure. I definitely won't. We are going to train in synth weaving though, because yeah. So I say that, but I kind of want to go Artifice. Artifice is better for money. I'll give you a kind of a... We'll just re-grab it here in a second if we decide to go down that way. So let's talk a little bit about crew skills just while I'm sitting, because I kind of wanted to talk about crew skills on stream at some point. The crew skills are awesome. They're not really passive income at all. But they're also something you can kind of work on as you go along. So the first part of this is once you get to the fleet, right? You come down here. It's in a different location for the Republic, but it's down here for the Empire. And you can talk to these people. I highly recommend going through and actually talking to everybody. In fact, there might be a quest specifically for it. One of the terminals as you sort of enter the place. But I highly recommend talking to everybody because you'll get 500 XP and some conquest points for doing it. But first off, you've got your crafting skills here. These crafting skills are awesome. They allow you to make all kinds of stuff. Arm stack is going to be guns and gun upgrades and things like that. Cybertech is... actually, you know what? I'm not totally sure what Cybertech does. Off the top of my head, I do have a much better, more fleshed out, and somewhat researched tutorial. Yeah, so Artifice is going to be stuff that goes into almost said laser swords, lightsabers, dyes, that sort of thing. Biochem is stimulants and medical stuff. Armor mech is stuff that is either armor, like proper armor, gear items, and mods for armor. And then synth weaving is stuff like a light armor, right? So the ropes. We're going to go with artifice. I prefer artifice. And that's because you can make lightsaber crystals and you can make dye modules. Dye modules are super valuable on the market, like they used to be. Granted, now you are going to be paying a sales tax as well on the market, but that, as long as you're not dumb about how you get the items to make it, and you're not dumb about how you price things, you'll be all right. Now, for artifice, we have 2 more crew skulls we need to get. One is going to come from in here, so it's not underworld trading, I don't believe. I'm going to have to look. And a good way to check is you come in here, you open up your thing, and it's going to tell you what all you need. For one, it's going to say color crystals, it's going to say gemstones, and it's also going to say, you know, these bonded attachments are also where you're going to look at. So artifact fragments and fibrous nihilite solution. So this is going to come from treasure hunting, I think. We can actually check that here because it doesn't really cost anything to gather these skills. Yeah, so gemstones is going to be what you get here. Got diplomacy. We can just talk to this person. You can talk to the investigator. Gosh, diplomacy. Now, it's been a while, so I'm going to double check this. Don't roast me too hard. Okay. So, archaeology, you can actually, well, hey, there you go. You can actually see kind of a clue as to what all these things need. Archaeology is going to be the next one we get here. That's going to give us more of our, like, power crystals and things like that. So, now, I should be able to, if I press my B key, I could get gemstones from treasure hunting. From, was it archaeology there? I can get artifact fragments and power crystals. Eventually, I'll also be able to get the nihilite solutions that are bonding agents. And so you'll be able to make those little, you know, be able to make this. Now, unfortunately, unlike gathering, you can't craft things yourself. You need a companion to do that. If you're subscribed, you'll have access to somebody you can send to do these things. Yeah, so anyhow, you'll also notice that we don't have enough fibrous nihilite solution, so we'll have to grab some. I'm gonna sell some junk here. We're just gonna grab just 20 or so. Enough to get us rolling.
Anytime.
Press our B key, you hit this button, and a bonded attachment is what we're gonna make. We're just gonna make one. It's gonna take us about a minute. And we just roll around, do a little dance. We want dance, 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 you know, like a walrus. The walrus dance. I don't know. I had a lot of caffeine this morning. And yeah, we'll go on from there. So as soon as that's done, he'll come back. You see a little timer. It tells you how long it is till Kimval gets back. And that'll be our first thing. And we can put that on the market. We can use it ourselves. Well, the bonded attachment, you don't really use those. You can use those in crafting, I guess. So there's that. But it's pretty straightforward. And once that's back, got 2 seconds. Bam. All right, so we did a little bit of that. We got some XP in Artifice, and now I can begin to look at what I need for crafting. So I can make more bonded attachments, but I actually need gemstones. So another thing that I believe you can get these out in the world at archaeology. Yeah, and we'll see those on Drum and Koss. We'll probably do a little bit more of that. But if I send him on, ooh, treasure hunting. There you go. We're going to send him out for 2 minutes. I'm not going to send him out for 2 minutes. I need him. I'm about to go do the Black Talon. We're going to do a run through the Black Talon. We'll talk about it. I'm not going to do it on super hardcore. Or like anything like that, but I'm going to talk about it. We'll tell you a little bit about how you can get through it on the solo difficulty. I highly recommend, if it's your first time doing it, just doing it on story mode. But if you want to take it on veteran, you can. And there are ways to beat it solo on veteran. You just have to be smart. But I am dumb, so yeah. Alright, and I'll sort of rehash some of this as we go along. Lord, alright. Love to see some chatters today, but it's okay if we don't. Alright, so anyhow, you get to this point in your storyline. You've just come off Korriban, you're headed to Drummond Koss. One way you could do it is just go straight there with the express shuttle, which is, canonically, it's actually a slower route, but, you know, it doesn't involve a side quest. Or you can talk to Homiji over here. Gross.
Nulilak apajam kamgam. Amkanem nang. Ampanem nang memua inok. Nikad agak kip debab. Naya amgam barakeki.
And, yeah, so he tells you basically that your master or employer or whatever has arranged for you to have faster transport through a more straightforward route aboard the Black Talon. Which I assume you guys can read. So, yeah, I'm just telling you things you already know, but that's what streaming and YouTube is for, is telling people stuff they already know in a way that entertains them. Alright, so next off, what we want to do is we can either refuse the mission, but why would you? It's more XP, and it's a fun mission. It's probably, honestly, one of my favorite flashpoints in the game, because it really just shows everything a flashpoint should be. And that is, well, we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. So we'll go
Let's
there.
get it done.
Nanekari maraka amkam. Ja uklibik. Memarak nebab.
Yeah, of course it does. Okay, so we are going to start on story mode, just to kind of roll through. So flashpoints are kind of a special kind of raid. They are, for one, you can do them solo. But they teach you a little bit about the world. They give you a little crumbs of the storyline of this period in the galaxy. And specifically, they've been named flashpoints because they are little places narratively where even during this Cold War, things get hot. Some of them are more proxy, some of them are very, this is the Republic, this is the Empire, we're shooting at one another. And that's what the Black Talon is. So, yeah. Anywho, let's roll on into it.
Twyfel Atraus.
Got a text real quick. I wanna make sure that it's not a hey, I'm gonna call you, and then 4 minutes later I get a call, because that happens a lot. Because certain members of my family don't understand what the fuck boundaries are. Okay. So, now if you do this veteran mode, you'll also get a little... most times you get a little combat droid to help you out. But this is how I suggest you do it the first time through. Just enjoy the story,
Tell the captain that I'll be back on the bridge as soon as I've done his errand.
And in the future, you can come back and do it in veteran all you want.
Good to have you aboard. I'm Lieutenant Silas, second in
That being
command of the
said,
Black
you
Talon.
can solo it with the
We're
right
your
gear
ride to
and
Drummond Koss.
know-how.
It's a pleasure. Truly.
Indeed. Welcome. It's not a comfortable ship, but as transports go, it does its job. On our present course, we should arrive at the capital within a day. Won't be any trouble. I should also add on behalf of everyone, it's an honor to service the Sith and the Korriban Academy. Consider yourself our guest.
You should consider yourself fortunate.
Understood, my lord. I won't keep you further. When we arrive in the Drummond system, I'll have you informed. In the meantime, your droid's in the conference room. We picked it up with the upgrades from Geonosis. When we docked here, it mentioned
What's
your
this
name.
about a droid? Let's see. What would be the most chaotic?
If my droid's waiting, then I should see what it
We're gonna
wants.
roll with it.
Feel free to bother the crew if you need anything else. I'll be on the bridge. And you, soldier, when you're done playing honor guard, get back to your post. This isn't a luxury yacht.
Yes, sir.
Tell you, something I want to do is, well, you can't see me mousing around over here. I'd love to get, like, a little bit more going on my screen for, like over here, like what you guys are seeing. Like, I don't want to clutter things up, and I don't want to hide too much gameplay, because what you guys are here for is a little bit of me, but also a lot of it of the gameplay. But, you know, something just to make the stream look a little bit
Protocol Unit NR02.
fancier.
My functions are diplomacy, translation, manslaughter, and calumniation.
A little bit
I
more
have an urgent
professional,
message for you from my master. Please
even
stand
though
by
I'm
for
the
delivery.
least professional streamer.
Who's your master? And how does he know I'm here?
This is Unit NR02 to Grand Moff Kilran. You are now in contact with the Black Talon.
Well, so I am. And it seems you brought me just the person I've been looking for. My name is Rikus Kilran. I'm commander of the 5th Fleet, second to the Minister of War, and my personal favorite, the so-called Butcher of Coruscant.
Ah, yes.
Something wrong with the hologram? Or is your face supposed to look like that?
The scars, they're an old gift from a Jedi friend. I barely notice them anymore. 6 hours ago, the Republic engaged in an illegal border skirmish on the edges of Imperial territory. One enemy warship escaped. That warship, the Brental Star, is carrying a passenger of vital strategic importance. Yours is the only vessel placed to intercept.
This passenger the Brental Star is carrying. Who is it?
The warship's passenger is codenamed the General. We don't know his identity, but the Republic believes he possesses military secrets, our military secrets.
Uh-oh.
I trust the reports. The General must be captured or killed. Captain Orzik, the man commanding your transport, doesn't share my enthusiasm. He's disobeyed my orders to
Double
attack.
uh-oh.
Feel free to show him what the Empire does to cowards. Then commandeer his ship, find the Brental Star, and deal with the General.
Not exactly a simple request, you know.
This is not a simple age. Our millennia-old war against the Republic simmers while we engage in skirmishes and border disputes. Yet we cannot grow complacent. Traitors like your captain and threats like the General must be eliminated.
I will lead the way to the bridge. Once Captain Orzik is deposed and our hijacking is complete, we may proceed to the Brental Star.
Alright, so what we're about to see,
Then I will proceed.
as soon as NROT stops talking, is a couple of opportunities, really one big opportunity, to have your decisions sort of change the outcome of things in a really acute way, like a really obvious way. However, this conversation right here is not one of them.
Please move
This
aside
conversation
immediately.
is going to go one way real fast.
Halt! My lord, this is a restricted area. Captain Orzik's command. You'll have to leave immediately.
Sorry, I'm not quite sure where I am.
This is the command deck entry hatch. No one's allowed in until we reach our destination.
Time is limited. We must proceed to the bridge immediately.
Our orders were to treat any approach as an attack. You need to take your droid and move it.
Now, we can attack, we can say, yeah, I'm not worried about you, or we can say, okay, I'll move.
I'm stepping away. There's no need to be nervous.
Our window to intercept the Brental Star is rapidly closing.
And the
Engaging
droid
expediency
will
measures.
kick things off
Blasters
anyway.
out! Attack! Attack!
Because this
We
is going to
must
be your
proceed to the
first
bridge
sort of
immediately.
encounter, a little mini boss, not too big of a deal. He's not a hard fight at all. You just lock him down the same way you do more or less anybody else. Make sure to use your interrupts if you have them. And there you go. Well, there he is.
Afagiban.
And you'll notice that Kimball and your combat support droid help out quite a bit. After this, it's mostly just some basic enemies, little mobs. You'll notice too that there are those sorts of things going on, but also you can right click if you're a force user on those barrels and they'll take care of some of the mobs for you. So real easy, real straightforward. Just a good way to kind of get used to some of the environmental stuff in the game. Now, since I can't see the thing, I'm going to go ahead and lightning these guys. But there's no barrel there. Okay, so there won't always be a barrel. I thought there used to be one there, but I was mistaken.
If you're concerned about the loss of life, I assure you,
Let's
the
go
deaths
ahead
of
and
all injured crew members
slap
will be
another
strategically
number 6
insignificant.
special down. And keep on doing that. There you go. Bloop. And just jump on over. Merrily jump over the corpses of our fallen enemies. And hit another barrel. Man, y'all should not stand next to such splody things while you yourselves are so delightfully flammable. Now you'll notice too that there are also little indicators of where special abilities are being aimed. Stay out of the way of those, and that'll minimize the amount of damage you take. Not that there's too much damage to be taken in this mission, especially on story mode. And just keep on slamming her down. Especially if you're an Inquisitor. Like, your job as an Inquisitor is either to heal or just slam down as much AoE as you can. Crowd control. You wanna be popping those abilities. Anything that's gonna just put as much damage out onto the field as possible. You are Oppenheimer for Star Wars, right? You're over here having a surprising amount of intercourse and also wiping out the Jedi and clicking the wrong buttons, because I, for whatever reason, am just real bad about using my mouse when I should be using hotkeys. Use your hotkeys, guys. Just use your hotkeys. It's so much easier. Alright, there we go. Got another room down, and we're pretty close to the end here. I think just through here is going to be... Yep, okay, so we're to the deck. We've got one more round of a mob here. Some of these guys are acting like they're going to fight you, but they're not. Just take these 4 guys out. Let your companions handle it, or if you have other party members with you. Especially, again, if you're a Sork, you're staying in the back.
All Marines have been neutralized, scanning for additional threats.
What's going on? Sir, stay calm, Ensign. Everyone stay calm.
No threats
Now,
found.
here's one
The
of
bridge is now secure.
First places that you can actually affect the outcome of this mission pretty meaningfully. You get to talk to Captain Orzik and his second-in-command, as well as NRO2. He's kind of guiding you through this mission. And you go,
Who's the one in charge?
I'm Captain Revenant Orzik. I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. For the record, I take complete responsibility for my actions.
Am I supposed to care?
I'm not looking for a pardon. I just don't want my crew punished. You're here because of the Moff, aren't you? You must want the Bental Star's passenger pretty badly, or maybe he just hates me. The Black Talon would be destroyed chasing a battleship. I've fought in the war before, and I'll fight again, but I don't do suicide missions.
Now, at this point, you've got 2 options. Either you can execute the guy, or you can encourage him and try and keep him, on side and just get him on mission. So, depending on what you do, this is going to pretty heavily affect how the rest of the crew interacts with you and some of the situation at the end. Just to keep some of the effects that happen with the more chaotic option a secret that you can get from playing this mission. I'm going to go ahead and not spoil all of that by sparing him this time. So I'll take
I'm
that
not looking
option,
to make a
and I'll
martyr
even
of
show you
anyone.
later how to
We
hide
can
the light
complete
side,
this
dark
mission and
side
survive.
I expect you believe
button
that.
thing.
I see it differently.
So you can focus more
Listen
on
to
your RP.
You've managed to hijack one ship, and that's
So
certainly
stick around
impressive.
for that. Sub for that
But
if you
taking
want.
on the Bental Star is something else
but
altogether.
definitely keep an eye out
I
for
might
it.
be able to get us close, but then you'd have to board it, Fight an army of Republic soldiers and somehow find a general. It's unacceptable.
Alright, so let's just get on through this.
The more challenging, the better.
Moff Kilran found an accomplice crazier than he is. Seems I have little choice in the matter. You have my crew. I'll cooperate, for now.
Let's get to work. We don't have much time.
Downloading new orders to all bridge consoles. Priority 1, intercept the Black Star.
You heard the droid, everyone. Prepare to jump to lightspeed.
I'll take a couple of screenshots. Hope you guys don't mind the sound of metal doing its thing.
Emerging from hyperspace now. One Thranta-class warship on the scanners. Powering up...
Yeah,
Enemy is firing.
the old
Turbo
Thranta.
lasers, missiles, and what looks like transport pods. I'm not sure.
Evasive maneuvers. Keep the pods at distance. They look harmless, but they'll latch onto the hull and cut at us with sabotage droids.
Evasive maneuvers. Aye, sir.
Sir, 3 shuttles on an intercept course.
Uh-oh.
An assault party. We don't have sufficient defenses to keep them from landing.
This'll be
I'm
amusing.
giddy with anticipation.
Security will
Can
meet
tell
you at the
that
entrance of the
Kimball
shuttle
likes
bay.
you
Defend the ship at all
leaning on
costs,
your power.
and we'll get you to the Black Star.
So cheap. I was about to say something real untoward about cheap viewers, and your mother, their random bot. All right.
Secondary power systems damaged.
So,
Non-essential
the
systems
second phase of this starts with you guys getting into it with the Black Star, which is what you're going to get dealt with. They go right to a boarding action because they give no Fs whatsoever. Your job is going to be, as is tradition, hold your mouse roughly in the middle of the mob and press 6 and then left click. It's a good time. We have fun here. Alright. And occasionally you're going to have 4. Tell him to get back where you put him.
Aru Jamunja.
A little bit of force lightning. Now you're on your single target DPS. You're wearing down the last guy. Pop. And he's done. Go grab his stuff. You can sell it. Or it's credits and you can't sell it, but you can use it to buy things. We like buying things here. Get back. Force lightning. Chain lightning is probably not the right thing to use here, but we used it. That's okay. It's not about playing optimally, it's about playing funly. Hit that. Like a hit your mom. It's electric. Lightning strike finishes that big boy off. Alright, and you'll notice too, you've also got the bonus mission here you can do for defeating Republic borders. So that's going to get you extra rewards, I think mostly just XP and cash, but definitely still worth it. Get that chain lightning, give them a little lightning strike. That was Jolt, that's my bad. Alright, go over here. We want to be nice and thorough. You can kind of skip some of these guys, and you don't have to do the bonus objective if you don't really want to. But I recommend it. There you go. So again, even if it's not necessarily optimal, this is sort of my rotation I like to hit with the Inquisitor, is you take care of the mobs with your number 6. You make sure to use your number 4, that Force Wave, or Overload there, to sort of push back the guys that get too close. And there you go. You can also use Chain Lightning. Where is it? There it is. I don't have a hotkey for it right yet. We'll talk about how to set some hotkeys here a little later. Because I think that is an important thing to know how to do in a classically constructed and laid out MMO, which this is. That being said, this feels different. This feels a lot different than it used to. I think maybe they've... Oh, no. I think they've just, I think it's just been a long time since I've done this one. Okay, so we're down here in a hangar. I was actually a little surprised for a second. But this is why it's good to take breaks. Sometimes you can kind of find things that you enjoy. Now, our whole job is to kill Sergeant Boran and his squad. This is Corporal Haddock and Sergeant Boran. We're gonna hit Chain Lightning real quick.
You never should have attacked us!
I'm going to switch my targeting to him. And we're going to knock Corporal Haddock down best we can. Maybe don't. Remember, Jolt doesn't just slow them down, or doesn't just stop them, it makes them not able to do that ability for a few seconds, which is real handy.
Imperial arrogance knows no bounds.
Well, that is probably true. Now, you'll notice that Boran is immune to the
worse
force
than you.
overload. Okay, Boran is down.
If you can hear this, we need you on the bridge.
First thing we get out of this is, well, we've got quite a few cool things. We got casino chips, we got a Force Lord's belt, which is awesome. That's a good thing to pick up. We're going to go ahead and proc that real quick, put it on our equipment. And we don't have to worry about these guys over here to our left now, because we've more or less got this squared away. All we need to do is finish off 2 more guys, and we have done this bonus mission for the Black Talon. Now, this isn't the only Black Talon bonus mission, but it is for this stage. This is, again, we're in that second stage dealing with the borders on the flight deck. Now we're going to go back up to the command deck and see what the happity haps is.
Damage reports from all decks. We're holding together, sir, but I don't know for how long.
Make it last, Ensign. Don't let us down.
Please stand alert. Grand Moff Gilran's representative has returned.
I see you took care of the Republic assault. Welcome back to the bridge.
Thank you.
Fill me in on the situation.
We've survived the first wave of attacks on the Brental Star. Things will be calm until we enter fighter range. Another minute, maybe 2.
Transmission coming in. Long range. It's a message, but it's not from the Brental Star.
Put it through, Ensign.
This is Jedi Grand Master Satil Shan hailing unidentified Imperial vessel. I'm en route to your location with 16 Republic vessels. I'm asking you to retreat before more lives are lost.
Disregard the transmission. Continue closing on the Brental Star.
Understood. Maintaining course and speed.
The Brental Star is under my protection. Our convoy was ambushed and I sent the Star ahead. We will reunite. I just crippled 3 Imperial dreadnoughts. I don't wish to destroy you. The peace between Republic and Empire is fragile enough already.
Peace is a lie, Jedi. The Sith know this.
I won't be drawn into a philosophical debate. Incidents like this are happening across the galaxy, but only because we let them. Leave the Brental Star to me. If you don't, then may the Force be with you. Because the men and women aboard that ship can hold you off until we arrive, and you will be defeated.
Why do I still hear your voice?
You've made yourself clear. But I suggest you prepare to face a Jedi. And you may want to consider what that means.
Entering fighter range. The
Jedi.
Brental Star is launching its first squadron.
It's time for us to do the same. I assume you'll be leading the boarding party to go after the General?
Time for you to see what a Sith can do.
Good luck. I'm sure you'll have the General in your hands in no time.
I advise that you proceed to the shuttle bay. The flight to the Brental Star may be hazardous, but Grand Moff Kilran has complete faith in your abilities.
Alright, so you guys have made it this far with me, and I appreciate that. So if this is helping, and you're watching this as a pod, hopefully you'll like it, or if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully you'll hit that, subscribe button for more of this stuff. That being said, no pressure. Obviously, I don't judge. I just appreciate you being here. But now we can move on, and we can go to the starboard hangar, and we can get ready to board the Brental Star, and move on to the third phase, which is essentially the final phase of this mission. We go over here. Yes, isn't. I got confused by that for a second. All right, we're gonna talk to this repair droid. Remember, you can talk to these droids, and maybe grab a med pack and chuck it somewhere on your quick bar just to be safe, especially if you're playing it solo.
Thank you for your patronage.
And there's also stems and stuff there, but we can talk more about stems another time. Let's go ahead and get on over to the Brental Star. This gets a little bit more complex, a little bit more challenging. We've got several enemies, we've got several stages we've got to go through, and it's gonna be a slugfest all the way through. It's a good mission. I like it. Alrighty. So again, now that we're fighting mobs, number 6 is always hot and ready to go. Let's hit that medic though. Watch out, by the way. You can pretty much always see what your enemies are doing. They'll always show you a little action bar like, oh, he's doing this, that, or the other. So you can hit their support enemies and support NPCs and make sure that they don't complete the actions they're doing, like charging their weapons or getting ready to let off a really big attack. A lot of the times, especially with like mid-level, like not super hardcore enemies, you can just do it. Also, you'll notice that there is another bonus mission that you can do here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna keep that in mind. Now, one thing I want to do here is hit a little bit of chain lightning. Don't want to hit them all. And we're gonna hit that one more again. Knock him down. Hit that button there. We've got one still alive. Let's tick that box, and there we go. Took 2 hits, but that's okay. Again, a little bit toastier here. You can tell why I decided to go ahead and just advise you guys to stick it out on the story mode, just to keep things a little easier. Get the idea for it. We're gonna hit that back. We're gonna make sure that they are in range for the radius of that blast. And there we go. So again, even though this isn't necessarily a tactics game, it doesn't hurt to think tactically about the way you do things. Now, we'll do Force Lightning. We're going to go ahead and chuck our static barrier up. I need to look more at that. So it actually looks like it just resists damage writ large, which is nice. That was a waste of an attack. My bad. You didn't see that. Don't judge me. There we we go. Actually meant to hit my 5 key on that, but Ford hit the trick. Alright, and we are good to go. Let's go down to the transport deck. See what kind of paintery we can get into. We got 3 more kills we gotta make on this stage of the bonus mission. Always good. We're gonna go with that. Crap, I meant to think even a super elite streamers aren't totally perfect at this game. And I really am super elite, and definitely not just a guy that occasionally gets back into this game for... yeah. Also a reason I don't screw with PvP, is I'm not very good. So, alright. Now we've got to defeat more Republic forces. And there you go, another little, not really even a mini boss, just a hard dude. This is your first little phase of this third act, quote unquote, of the Black Talon.
This is Protocol Unit
Congratulations.
NRO2. I hope you're receiving this message clearly, and that your flight was free of incident. Please hold for Security Coordinator Ensign Brukhara.
The Marines are on their way. They'll follow you in and hold each junction you secure. Try not to take too long. We're not a military ship. What you have is all you're getting.
I don't need an army. I can handle this myself.
Obviously.
Yes, but... I understand.
As a Sith, you have to have as much swagger as humanly possible.
Communications,
whole thing.
And security forces appear to be moving to protect the escape pods. It is extremely likely that the crew is attempting to evacuate the General. You must retrieve or eliminate him before he escapes.
Yes. Alright.
We'll have the General before the crew knows what's happening.
Excellent news. I will be in contact if the situation changes. Proceed to assault all defense points between you and the target.
Alrighty. So, we're on to our next little bit. We've got, again, you can kind of track where you are in this part of the storyline. Or this part of the Brental Star storyline specifically. Yeah, see? By what stage of the Crippled Defenses bonus mission you're on. This is really nice. Likewise, and kind of conversely, you can sort of track where you're supposed to be by how far you've moved along through, you know, the Brental Star. If you're not on this by the time you've done, you know, by the time you what am I saying? Okay, I'm going to back that up. If you've not gotten to this by the time you're roughly here, you've probably missed some enemies. There's going to be some spares, but you're going to have to be real precious about making sure those kills happen.
Security forces,
all right.
prepare to fire.
Now we found our first sort of mini boss for the Brental Star. He's like a Marine or security chief guy. He's pretty cool. He's I want to say he's the same species. Yeah. Same species as Admiral Akbar, which is really cool. And he's definitely pretty hardcore. So let's go ahead. Let's make sure we kill all the extra robots and or droids and whatever we're fighting here. Make sure we've got that squared away. Yeah, I missed an opportunity for a jolt there. That's fine. Chain lightning, probably not the right call there, but it worked. Definitely better calls there. And remember, your overload too.
You're
if you're
speaking to a
an
Special
Inquisitor,
Forces commander, meat. Show some respect.
Okay, thank you. If you're playing an Inquisitor, remember your overload also happens to serve somewhat as a interrupt. And you've got Chain Lightning too, so you can do a couple of things to handle some crowd control and handle some just multi-target DPS stuffs. All right. Now you might be wondering what these little blue consoles
you think you're
are.
tough meat? Ha! Part of me
These
was hoping you'd try to
blue
board this ship.
consoles are what are going to keep you in the fight if you start to get overwhelmed in terms of heals, and you will if you are not prepared for this fight. TBH. Ah! Frack, I missed that. Oh well. That's fine. We're going to continue to just put as much damage as we can. Be mindful of his attacks. We're going to... Well, we're going to not do that, because this got a super long time to get rehacked, doesn't it? We got to make sure that we're not letting that off at the wrong time. Now he's also going to be dropping little plasma probes. You can see that ability. All they do is just in a little area around them shoot little bits of plasma damage out, right? So just be mindful of those. Don't stand in them, and you'll be okay. It's not hard. Now, because he is an elite enemy, like he's it's a lot more aggressive than he used to be. Because he's like a super champion, right? He's a champion boss. He is not going to be susceptible to overload the same way other enemies are. Look, see? That's not going to do anything. Don't worry with it. Just keep this instant on hand. Like that. And, okay, that doesn't work there either. Okay, so champion boss doesn't use that. That's something I needed to be reminded of. I'm sure somebody in the comments or in chat could probably elucidate a little bit more on maybe if I did something wrong there myself, but I'm pretty sure that that's just the way those very strong enemies are. Cool. So I have a new piece of gear. We're gonna slap that on real fast. Luckily, I didn't need to use any of these, but if you right click on them, they'll give you a little bit of healing for your party anytime you're in combat. Again, I don't need to use that because we made it through it, but if you do for whatever reason, say you stand in one of those damaging zones, you know, you can go ahead and do that. And bosses will always spawn those, or not spawn, but to have them around them. So that's something you can kind of remember from your time here on the Black Star, because that'll always be the case for flashpoints, and I think that's regardless of what level of flashpoint it is. Okay, so we have the third stage of crippled defenses, yes, and this kind of takes us into, again, further into the third phase-ish of the Black Star. We'll have the engine deck here. This is going to take us to our second boss, which you'll see he's big, he's nasty. We won't be getting all of his abilities. That is the thing about story mode, and the way the modes kind of progress is higher levels of this story versus veteran versus like hardcore or whatever are going to give the enemies access to more tools. So keep that well in mind. Right. Be sure while you're doing this one, you're looking for munitions power consoles, right? They're little blue glowy things, and that's kind of just how it is in Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you're supposed to interact with it, or can interact with it, it's going to look like that. Now, you probably tell I'm fairly cavalier with my HP, so I don't get damaged a lot. I've got two big damage soaky guys just sticking around. That's not always going to be the case, especially if you're playing with other people. Sometimes other people don't do precisely what they need to do. And sometimes they don't have the computer telling them, hey, you need to stop being DP, or stop being a tank and start being DPS, or hey, you need to stop being a tank and be heals for a second, because that's how your companions work. Don't want to waste the click. Lightning strike. We'll do 3. We'll do a 5. We'll do a 2. A 3. And we're done. Alright. Now I've got another one of these. This is the third of 4 that we have to find. There should be one more just on the other side of our G4 or GXR7 Sentinel that we want to take care of. Right, hit a 3, hit a 2. We'll go ahead and put that shield up just in case he decides to aggro on us, but he won't because we got the combat support droid there. We've got this here. Now we could use the bolt or electrocute. I want to call it jolt for some reason. I'm not totally sure why. And we're going to hit this one. This is going to be the last of 4. And now we have another secret mini-boss somewhere around here. There he is, the GXR7 Command Droid. A champion, just like what we had before. This is not the second boss that I was talking about. This is a sort of surprise extra boss you get for being dumb enough to do all these missions and get yourself in trouble with him. Alright. Stop. Okay, see, it doesn't help. So none of that helps because he is a champion. So don't waste your clicks on that like I've been doing. But I did kind of want to display that they don't work, and I wanted to make sure to reiterate to myself, just to make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong here. We're just going to slam out as much DPS as we can. Our companions are fine because they are, you know, AI companions, and this is story mode. The only person who has any chance of having anything go particularly wrong is me, but I've got Dark Heal. And I've also got a little healing thing. You'll also notice something special about this battle that makes what I said a moment ago kind of not true. There's no heals around. You're raw dogging this one. So be aware of that. And once you're done, you've got casino chips, you've even got more boots. So that's great. Meanwhile, along the way, we've also picked up some crafting stuff. I'm not sure if that's directly from doing this, but you've got some good gear that you're getting as you go along. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into this early direction. No, it's tempting to go in the other door, but that door doesn't open, I don't think. We're just going to keep hammering them. Again, it's wild the amount of damage you can do as a Sith Inquisitor, or Sorcerer specifically. Lightning is awesome. We love lightning. Going to do some chain lightning here, just to do something a little different. Unfortunately, I don't think those guys were close enough for it to really take effect. But that's okay. That's what Storm is here for. Storm's got a nice, big AoE, and a fairly good chunk of DPS. And let's take a second to look at them. We got Force Storm right here. We do 60 force and dealing, 205 damage up to 8 targets within 8 meters. And then Chain Lightning is 250 to 269. So it's more damage, but it, for whatever reason, didn't bounce the same way. And hey, we didn't have to click that button. Our companions just took care of everything for us. It's all good. mean, heck, you're still doing a tremendous amount of damage either way, so it's all good. Don't have to worry too much. Let's do for chain lightning real quick. Let's see how this does on this this set of enemies. Okay, is it not? See, that doesn't feel like it's actually jumping, which is kind of weird. Now, if you know what's going on with that, why that's not working, let me know in the comments or in chat, because I got nothing. By all right, well, let's have a look at it. Let's break this down. Okay, so it does targets within 8 meters of the primary target. Chain lightning. Ooh, hold on, I bet you I know why. Within 8 meters. So I think this is. That's got to be a radius of 8 meters, right? Not a diameter. So I think there's something a little funky with that. There's, is that Yadira?
The escape pods aren't far now. You can make it on your own, General.
And what about you?
I'm a little shocked that I knew her name off the top of my head, but here we are. And this is it. The big fight. Let's sit back and enjoy it.
I will face my destiny. Go now, my friend. Halt where you are. I am Yadira Ban, Padawan of the Jedi Order. I was sent to protect the General, and you will not pass.
Your master sent you? Really? My first teacher tried to kill me too.
Then it's true. You Sith are a mockery of everything the Jedi believe in. But I intend to drive you back, meter by meter if need be, just as the Republic pushed the Sith Empire into the dark of the galaxy.
You think you scare me?
I don't need to scare you, only defeat you, and that I can do.
Alright, so again, we've got our little Healy boys around here, and we've got our final fight. This is with the Yadira Ban, and she's a pretty interesting
run, or
enemy.
You may stand your ground, but you'll
now,
go
you'll
no
notice
farther.
that she actually has some abilities that pull targets to her, and you'll need to sort of...
you aren't going to
there
win
you
this.
go.
I swear it.
You need to be on the lookout for that, because she'll pull it to you. You look at that Nova, and she's going to start jumping around like crazy when she does it. It's not as bad on this one, but on higher levels of difficulty, it can be extremely annoying.
You aren't going to win this.
So anytime she
it.
does that Cyclone Nova, you want to step back. You want to start looking. Yeah, because look, once she did that, she hits the ground, she knocks the enemies down and back, and she starts bouncing around like nuts. So you want to be real aware of that, and just
you aren't going to win this.
Don't
I swear
let her
it.
get that off, whatever you do. Now you'll also notice you have Unbreakable Will. We'll see how much easier it is.
You aren't going to win this.
Hey,
I
if you had
swear it.
Unbreakable Will, now you can just back up like normal, and she's done nothing to you. Unfortunately, you can only use that once every 2 minutes, which is a really long cooldown. Honestly, kind of brutal. But it is there. If you ever realize that you've been stuck into it, it's a good way to kind of...
You aren't going to win this.
Kind of
I
nope
swear
out of it. But you'll notice your companions are not really set up to deal with it. That's okay. You are, and that's what matters. Just be aware of that, and be aware, again, that it gets far worse if you are playing on higher levels of difficulty. Alright, so we've got that. We didn't need to heal or anything like that. And now, after we've defeated this Jedi and every other armed member of the ship's crew, these 4 people think, yeah, we can take this guy. It doesn't matter that you are death incarnate. They'll still try and win.
In white ties anaman faijas.
Which is just hilarious to me. Now, One thing I want to show you guys, no, I'll show you guys that later. I was going to show you guys how to turn off the thing, but I don't want to waste too much time in this video doing that. So we're going to hit the general real quick.
You can put aside your weapons. I won't try to run. Besides, I doubt I'd make it to an escape pod without my intestines spilling out.
I might just spill your intestines myself. I don't need you alive.
I'm well aware of Imperial policy regarding my kind. I was a general in the Imperial military service. Did they tell you that when they sent you here? Did they even know?
Why would you betray the Empire?
If you knew what I knew, you'd understand. If you'd heard what both sides are plotting, you wouldn't be eager to restart this war. They're building doomsday weapons, shields that envelop planets, missiles that darken suns. Republic and Empire are planning to raise worlds, annihilate civilizations. It will be unlike anything the galaxy's seen since the Great Hyperspace War. And it's too late to stop it. The so-called peace is already lost.
If that's true, why defect to the Republic?
There's no place for me in the Empire anymore. I thought my last act might be to even the odds, create a stalemate. It doesn't seem to matter anymore. You have me then. Me, my stomach full of blood, and my implant full of cybernetic secrets and stolen plans. What will you do?
You're no use to me alive.
So be it. We're all as good as dead anyway.
Alright, so that's the general. And this is more or less the end of the quest. You've got some more dialogue here, and basically just to return to the Brental Star, or not to the Brental Star, to the Black Talon. So let's go ahead and do that. And basically allow us to turn in the quest, get our last bits of rewards, and all that good stuff. Now, I like that conversation with the general, though, because it gives you a little insight, again, a little bit more insight into what's going on during that Cold War period, and a little bit of foreshadowing of the things we're going to see throughout
Captain
all
Ozzy
8
here.
of the storylines.
I understand you're on your way back. I assume congratulations are in order. And Marines have been recalled to the Black Talon. As soon as you're aboard, we'll jump to lightspeed. Republic reinforcements could arrive at any minute.
I understand completely.
I'll see you on the bridge. Congratulations again. Ozzy out.
Yep. Okay. Never be afraid to pull up your map. Even after years of playing, sometimes I still kind of blank on things. Oh, and don't forget that you can pull out your trusty bird lizard, whatever, your mount, even here, which is kind of wild. I don't quite know why, but it is convenient. So I'm going to take advantage. You can do that in several of these flashpoints. Right, and now we're back. We can even pop over,
all forms of
see if there's
currency.
any junk to sell or anything like that over
Thank
at the
you
droid.
for your patronage.
Now, remember too, if you don't if you don't put on the stuff that you pick up, you can always just sell it on the market if you're, if you're good with that. And you can make some decent money, though honestly the stuff you get on these lower level ones fairly common, so I don't expect the moon. Alright, so now we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna talk to NRO2 and the rest of the crew of the Black Talon and call it a night.
Well,
or day,
the
or
heroes of the day
whatever time it
return.
is.
Welcome back, my lord. Indeed, I had my doubts, but you pulled this mission off.
I'm happy to see you're so pleased.
What's not to be pleased about? You spared my life, and we eliminated an enemy of the Empire.
Grand Moff Kilrin is eagerly awaiting your report. Should I put him through?
It's your command again. Make the call.
Put the Grand Moff through.
Opening channel now.
Well, how fortunate I could reach my friends aboard the Black Talon. The droid's been keeping me appraised of your work, but I've very much wanted to hear from you. How did the attack go?
The Brental Star has been disabled, and the General is dead.
Pity you couldn't bring him back alive, but really it makes little difference. You should be proud. This is only one of the many operations we're conducting across the galaxy. It's a new beginning to the war. The General was one of the greatest weapons the Republic had, a defector. And you've snatched him from enemy hands. I'll remember this, and I'll make sure you're rewarded.
It livened up the journey. I appreciate the distraction.
Ah, yes. When military strategy and Sith entertainments combine, it's surely a good day. But my words hardly matter. Soon you'll be joining us on the homeworld, and you can see for yourself what you've been fighting for. It should be inspiring. Enjoy the rest of your journey. Kilrin out.
Alright, and there you go. Now all we have to do, if we want to turn this in, is just right-click on that terminal, and we can decide which way we want to go. We can either return to the Imperial Space Station, Viken's Space Dock, or we can go on to Dromund Kaas like we had intended. Guess which one we're gonna do? Because we have places to be, people to kill. It's a good time. And I gotta be honest, I'm excited to see some of the new things here. But anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, that is the end of the walkthrough of the Black Talon. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. And if you want more of that sort of content, be sure to subscribe or come and follow me over on Twitch, because I try and stream more or less daily, though the time zones are a little squishy right now. I'm finding my place. But yeah, just come on over and say howdy. Love to hear from you. But I also stream on YouTube as well, so we're simulcasting to two services. And yeah, I've been Steel Walrus. You've been awesome, and may the Force be with you. Now, for the rest of you all that are sitting here on stream with me, we're gonna take just a couple of minutes of break, so I can stand up, stretch my legs. We've been streaming for about an hour. I'm going to grab some water, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to mute. Actually, I'm going to unmute. I'm going to put us on the be right back button, and then I'm going to mute and step away. Alright, I am back, and let's take a second to do something I said I would do somewhere in the middle of the Black Talon run-through we just did, which will be posted somewhere if you're just joining us, so don't worry, you haven't missed it. But now you're gonna have to watch it later, like a weirdo. Just kidding. You're perfectly normal, and I appreciate you, and you are valid. Alright, let's go somewhere less... Right, what the hell? Alright, over here, there we go. Alright, we're gonna hit escape. We're gonna talk preferences, we're gonna talk roleplay for a second. If you're like me and you like to get into your character a little bit more, you like to kind of get in their head and not worry so much about min-maxing light and dark and stuff like that. I'm actually going to back out of this real quick. So obviously, those of you who are familiar with BioWare games are familiar with the morality system. Those of you who are not, remember to check your character. You press C, you're going to look here. You've got a light side rating and a dark side rating, and this sort of tracks the general niciness of your character. And you can kind of look here. Right now I'm fairly balanced. If you want to make sure you're always making the right quote-unquote decision as to whether to go light side or dark side, then in that case you don't want to turn that off, but you just keep in mind that generally the top option is going to be the lighter option, the bottom option is going to be the darker option, and everything in between kind of runs that gamut, generally speaking, but not always. But there'll be a little indicator that says, oh, it's a light side option, it'll have a little blue star. Or it's a dark side option, it'll have a little red downward triangle. But if you're like me, like I said, and you want to focus more on role-playing, and you don't want to have that ticking in your head, let's look through our... I want to say this is a user interface thing. So show conversation alignment gain on mouse over. So in the UI, we're going to click this, and that's going to turn that off. And on top of this, I've also got it turned off to where it won't show it next to the choice. So you're kind of good to go there. So that is going to keep what you saw earlier from happening, where when you, when you hit the button, it's gonna, or when you hover over the button, it's not going to show you, it's not going to hold your hand anymore. You're just going to have to kind of think about what does better for my character, right? It gives you another option, a little bit more control over your roleplay experience. And I love that option. I'm so glad they have that for all of us to enjoy. And yes, now that we're here on Dromund Kaas, we got to right click the little blue glowy thing. Oh, and of course, if you like that tip, be sure to follow or subscribe or whatever is relevant, and come watch me on Twitch or YouTube if you're not already doing so. Yay, calls to action. Ah, lizard man.
Quiet, bodyguard. Save your hissing for your own kind.
Darth Scotland.
As for you, slave, Darth Scotia is passing. Best get out of his way.
Like, it's something I like about Darth Scotia, or I find kind of amusing to myself. Knowing Sith names are generally like some sort of corruption of like a bad thing. Darth Scotia is basically just like Darth Scotland, but with a K. I just think that's goofy. So I'd be curious to know if anybody has any better ideas of what that could be a reference to, because typically Darth names have like a meaning to them.
Darth Scotia can wait.
Take, filth. Give your master a message for me. My eye is on her, and I know. Tell her that. I know what she's trying to do here on Dromund Kaas.
You and your master have no future on Drummond Cass or in the Sith Order. Tell her that. Now, get out of my way.
What do you think? Can you eat him?
Johnny Bragais, uns in Freistobnajal.
Fools.
All right. Well, let's see what we can get into. Also, I'm gonna try something with my my avatar here. I'm gonna chuck him on down. Also, I don't know why I'm technically seeing double of Norm, but I am, which is a little strange. We're gonna put Norm down here a little bit more in the corner and give him a little bigger. Studio mode. Turn studio mode off. That way, it just auto applies the changes, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, he's more walrusy now. That guy's just running around with the lightsabers out. All right. I respect it. Bold, but understandable. All right, so this is your first kind of interaction with Drummond Cass. Nice big open starport. It's got some vendors there. Don't worry too much about that for now. And another speeder vendor. If you haven't already acquired a speeder,
find a better bargain
can here. Got some pretty cool ones we can look at. You can even preview these with that left control, right control. Oh my! It's left control, and then
come
left
back
click.
anytime.
There you go. All right, now we've got a couple of missions that we can pick up. Now, by the yes, thank you, Kim Paul. All right, so by the way, if you didn't know this already, you can get. There are repeatable heroic missions, just like what we did back on Korriban. You could right-click on this, and you can pick up your missions here. I'm going to go ahead and accept this weekly because you'll get XP and credits for doing all 5 of these. So we're going to do that, and I might have to get my cousin in or somebody else a little later to come in and hang out. And do a couple of those, but for the most part, you can handle them yourself. You just have to be.
I'm Commander Rylan, my lord. I apologize for my abruptness, but I'm afraid I must request assistance with an emergency. Something is stirring up the jungle beasts, which makes the route between here and Cass City hazardous. Several individuals traveling on foot have disappeared. I've even had reports of jungle beasts attacking speeders.
Drummond Cass is going to be more exciting than I thought.
Ah, yes, my lord. As you say, however, this situation cannot be allowed to continue. I dispatched 2 commando teams into the jungle to clear out the beasts, but they never returned. An emergency holo message came through from one of the team leaders. I'll play it for you.
All right.
Repeat. Landing beacons are emitting some kind of energy. Power surges are driving the beasts mad. Can't get close enough to reroute power. Lost my team. Beasts closing in. Need reinforced.
Oh no!
Sensors confirm unusual energy readings in the jungle. The spaceport's landing beacons appear to be the cause.
Just show me where the fun is.
I'm deeply grateful for your assistance, my lord. The spaceport's landing beacons are scattered throughout the nearby jungle. You'll need to reroute power on all of them. I'll track your progress from here. Return when you're done. Good luck. The jungle predators are fierce.
Alrighty. So, first of all, we're gonna open our map, kind of get orientated. This is kind of what all you're looking for. Now, if you want to, you can just take a speeder straight to Cass City. You don't have to do these exploration missions, but I recommend it. You get extra
Ready
rewards.
for departure.
It is
Enjoy
a good
your
time.
stay.
But if you just want to skip through and get along your storyline, you can, especially if you're already level 17. That said, we've got one landing beacon down over Oh, it's right over there. We'll get that kind of on our way back through, though. We're going to go up here because we have several objectives we want to do. There's 3 landing beacons we're going to be doing. But, yeah, Drummond Koss is gonna... It's not Korriban, but I do like it. I mean, you've got Gundarks. What's not to like about a planet that has Gundarks on it? Like, I mean, they're basically big gorilla cats, and that's super cool. And then that thing that's like a praying mantis triceratops abomination. And you get bonuses for beating their existence, which, again, I'm all about. We're real Sithy up in here. Never mind that this is like if Britain were in space and a jungle. Because it's always raining, and there's a lot of British people here. And I should probably be a little bit more active with my abilities, but I'm kind of drifting right now. Because I woke up at midnight. There we go. Another predator down. Doop-a-doo, skiddly-bop. And we are going to hit that 6. Hit that click. And 4 to finish that one off. There you go. Now that's a good question. Does it do extra damage? No, I don't think so. That'd be funny if it did do extra damage if they hit like a wall or something. Like if it counted as falling damage. But I'll show you guys a cool little secret while we're here, because we're up here, we're doing the warning sign, right? And we're headed south from the spaceport, doing the objectives for that. There's something up here, nice and hidden, that I think you guys will find handy. One of these days I'll come back on my free account, and you guys will actually get to see the effect of it, but at least you'll know where it is. That's what's important. Because if you don't have it, then you will. And that's always a good time. Alright, so you keep following. You notice that there's a little bit of a beaten down path here. And there's even this life taker. A little bit harder core enemy than maybe you're used to. That's the wrong button. We're going to hit 4. Knock him back. I'm going to do Core Storm because I just like doing it. And there, you get a codex entry from hitting that Gundark, which is always good. And you'll notice that there's a little cave back here. So once you take care of that life taker and you get the Gundark codex entry, you're gonna follow this little cave back to a nice little hidden area. It's real nice. Honestly, kind of like this spot. 10 out of 10. Would meditate in. And you're going to roll on over and walk on over this. You notice a little blue, it's not blue, glowy, it's a datacron, so it's yellow and glowy. You right click on it. I can't access it because I already have the bonus from it, but you'll get I think a legacy, or yeah, I think it's going to be a legacy wide, so any character on this server. Bonus from that. Unless it's one of the ones that's a data shard. There's 2 kind of classifications. One is bonus, one is a data shard, and the data shard is something you can combine for more bonuses. It's the whole thing. Alright, so now you know where that is. Ain't that cool? But we missed one of the objectives on the way up here. I got so excited about booping these little guys on the snoot. That I forgot to hit that post over there. That's what we're going to do. You see it's blue, it's glowy. Awesome. We love it. We're going to hit Stalker.
Munan's
Gonna keep hitting him. And he already did. Didn't even get my third click off. And that was it. So, fun times. So we got the second. We'll probably have to hit this vine cat on the way out. He's pretty spooky. He's pretty cool looking though. Like, he large. Now he floating. And now he dying. So yeah. Alright. I do like the critters and stuff they have on this planet. I think they did a good job with that. Now, one place this game in general kind of falls short is it tends to reuse enemies some, like Gundarks and things like that. But Gundarks are, I think they're one of those things that kind of ends up in a lot of different places through weird, you know, invasive species type stuff. Oh, I need to turn that. Just kind of got zoned in there. Let's make sure we're using our mount. Don't forget to use your mount. It's real easy to forget him. Or it, depending on what kind of mount you're using. So try not to forget.
Welcome back, my lord. Sensors indicate you rerouted power to all the landing beacons. Analysis indicates they were deliberately sabotaged to drive the jungle beasts insane.
Oh my.
I'm transmitting a full report to Car City. Please accept this and my deepest gratitude, my lord. I bid you good day.
And that's something you're gonna kind of pick up along the way too, is that all is not well on the homeworld of Drummond Koss. So the Empire, as you might guess, not real big on the whole human rights thing. Shocker, I know. Just clutch your pearls, I know, I get it. But the Empire, not super big on the whole human rights thing. They, in fact, have a particular penchant, if you will, for a particular or peculiar institution known as chattel slavery.
Keeping something out or in?
It's real cool.
Out, my lord. When the speeders were pulled off the line, people started braving the deeper jungle, trying to make it to Cass City on foot.
Anyway.
Had a few deaths, some of them VIPs. Captain Tolto sent us to keep people out and poke around a bit, see what's out there.
I'm dying of suspense. Really.
We managed to take some data readings, even some hollows. Big nasty critters out there, nothing to mess with. Our runner, unfortunately, is down a leg from the experience. If you're headed back towards the spaceport, could you give the observation disc to Captain Tolto?
I suppose I have the time.
We're not going to do this right now.
The sooner he knows what's going on, the sooner we can warn people.
We'll probably do it on our way back at some point. Anyhow, but what I was saying is the practice of slavery happens to be alive and well in the Empire. As you might expect from, you know, something built on the backs of, well, people who didn't want to be doing that particular work that day. Well, some of them are not happy about it. Some of them, in fact, are particularly unhappy about it. And you're going to see a lot of that going on in the Drummond Koss storylines and stuff, no matter what character you're playing. Also, we're in a heroic area. This is an area that is a little bit harder. On Drummond Koss, all of the heroics are, most of the heroics rather, are in open air zones as opposed to being, what's the word? as opposed to being in like dungeons and stuff. I think there might be one or two that are in instances, but the vast majority that I'm aware of, as far as heroics are concerned, are nice and open air. You can run through here. And I remember the first time I came here, the game was a lot harder at that point, and this was a slugfest. It was just an absolute slog, but it was pretty cool. So here's our first heroic mission of the planet. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll lock in. We'll have some fun. Juwana Wangi, absolutely a chica. Let's go.
Ukili baklunki na atabumpa pushuda.
A Sith fears no one.
I don't understand a word of what he's saying. It's a good thing I have subtitles, but I can't read, so I'm a walrus. They don't teach us to read.
Kiko ubakili watabunga dunko putoga wata.
His name's Norman. That's dope. Also, it's such a normal name for a Twi'lek, like Norman.
And what exactly is in it for me?
Ni umpi putamala, pedwana nibochi chichupa gumba. Esupuda no pajunki, faguta ji uta vukise.
I've been looking for a reason to cause some chaos.
Yes,
Chiolukuta, chubu ikatsfu, undole.
Yes, undole.
Bafupagi wanta humpa, uli rabamba hula.
Alright, so we've got to defeat Craig. Real normal names today. Alright, so we're going back, actually going to be going back towards where we came from, but that's okay. It'll be fun. So we've got to defeat some Mandalorians, and then we've got to defeat Craig, and then we'll get some money, and that's pretty cool. We like money, we like Craig, we don't like Craig. We have feelings about Craig, we're not really sure how to work through them. You know, that's a good reason for therapy. Now, this isn't sponsored, but I recommend therapy. I'm not going to say where from. I'm sure you have some ideas of your own, and that's cool. A little bit of talk therapy didn't hurt. Well, I'm not going to say hurt nobody, because I'm sure there are some therapists that are just real fucking bad at what they do. But for the most part, it's a good thing. You should do it. All right. Oh, no you don't. Alright, we've killed 2 of them. Okay, 5 out of 8. Not bad, not bad. There's one. We're gonna hit him. Oh, you gotta be able to see your targets. It becomes a lot more relevant in Roman Kos than in other places. Alright, and we are almost done. We just got one left we gotta kill. That's not bad. But these heroics are nice and quick. Like, you can do them real easily without too much wailing and or gnashing of teeth. So I highly recommend doing them. You just do them smartly. Do them rightly. You'll have a good time. There you go. Alright, now we need to defeat Craig. Alright, Craig. Come fight me. You extremely normally named person. Okay, he is susceptible though to interrupts, which is nice. So keep that in mind. Craig is interruptible, which is pretty rare among bosses. Also, don't get close enough to get knocked back. That's bad. Excuse me. Also, remember, some things are directional, some are not. Halo bolts tracks. And there you go. Alright, another heroic down, just like the old heroics. You get another box here. We'll open that up in a second. We're going to help our neighbor here with Craig. And he doesn't need any help. Holy crap. Alright. So that's cool. Let's get on the road here and then have a look at this box. Okay, we got stuff, but it's not that good. I'm gonna just hold on to it and I'll probably sell it. Don't know if I'll sell on the market or if I'll just put it up for sale at just a random vendor. But I'll definitely just get rid of it because I don't need it. Yeah, alright. Let's see, how long? A little over an hour and a half. It's getting close-ish to lunchtime. I'll go for another probably 20 or so minutes. Then we'll figure out what's for lunch. I've been thinking probably some Firehouse subs. I love Firehouse subs. They make really good sandwiches, and they are just fine. Like, I mean, I could walk there if I were not lazy. Yeah, and there were a sidewalk, because I live in God's least walkable town. Which is ironic, because we have a lot of tourists. You'd think we'd be pretty walkable. We aren't. Not fucking vaguely. What the
They're coming straight
hell
for
is
the
going
equipment!
on?
Protect it while I finish the analysis!
Oh, Gundarks! Oh no, and Wild-Eyed Sully, oh god. This is extremely bad. This is extremely bad. John, why did you do this? Oh god! Oh, the humanity! Oh, oh no! Oh no! That was so bad. I just got slaughtered. How did... Oh no. Yeah, so you know how I was doing this? we're gonna let them just go on, because there's probably a better way to do that. That was so bad, guys. That was so bad. I was like, yeah, no, I'll fight them. That's fine. Yeah, let's go. No, just mobbed. Just absolutely mobbed. Oh man. Well, one of these days we'll come back with homies and sort that out. But that was way too rich for my blood. There has to be a way around that. Oh, we do have Sergeant Torken here. It's Torken, not I know it kind of sounded like
Finally,
I said Sergeant
someone who can keep
Twerken.
their head in a crisis. Rebel
I do
slaves
not want to
hit
see
my
that
team
man
in the
twerk.
jungle. They stole weapons, supplies.
Maybe I do.
As
No,
if that
it's gonna be
wasn't
fun.
bad enough,
Maybe
the
he's real
idiots
good at it.
ransacked our
You never know.
spires for parts. Without those components, we've got a lightning spire building
be
up
shaped like a
dangerous
burrito,
energy
though.
levels.
Not
It'll
good.
crater
Not a good
half
sign.
of Car City if it blows.
Not a good sign at all. For the twerkage, I mean. Alright. That's my cue to bolt.
What's
Oh,
a
okay.
lightning spire?
They power Car City, converting lightning blasts into energy. Handy tech you'd never suspect could be the end of us. Most of my men ran off. Some tried to reclaim the spire parts, but the rebels cut them down. I came back here for reinforcements. We need to recover the components the rebels stole and get that lightning spire back online before it goes critical.
The rebel scum will wish they'd never touched the spires.
Excellent.
Yes,
I'll
rebels,
hold off
yeah.
raising the alarm for a while longer. The rebels are camped along the river. Blast them down, pry the stolen components from their hands, and then reinstall them at the spire. If the river runs red with rebel blood, I'll throw in something extra.
Excellent. So, and what he's probably alluding to there is that you can get a bonus mission on this, I bet. Been a while since I've done this one, so I guess we'll see. Now, luckily, oh no. Yeah, we gon', oh no. This is gonna hurt. But we gotta do it. We gotta do it at least, if nothing else, we gotta do it for the lore. Oh wait, no we don't. Okay, cool.
Afrageban.
Wrong button. Okay, we gotta get the overload shield. We're gonna fight this guy because he looks fightable. Defiant and fightable as opposed to submissive and breedable, I suppose. Oh, I should probably not do that. Alright. Right, we got the capacitor and the modulator. We are good to go to repair the lightning spire, which happens to be right where we died about 2 minutes ago. So, screaming begins again. This is... Wait. Yeah. Okay,
They're
luckily...
coming straight for the equipment! Protect it while I finish the analysis!
Okay, we just have to fight 4 of the beasts in the area, or... Because, like... Well, that doesn't seem to be doing anything to the shocking developments. Hey, there's somebody over there. We're gonna start helping them. There we go. Hey! A lot easier when there's somebody that's really strong.
Analysis complete. Your efficiency has preserved valuable research.
Awesome. Alright, carrying on. Now we go back to Sergeant Twerkin. I'm gonna call him Sergeant Twerkin from now on. That is his name. I'm a Sith. I get to determine these things. He gets no say. Alright, Sergeant Twerkin.
You can relax.
Sergeant Twerkin.
I replaced the spire components.
I was just about to call in evacuation orders for the city. Well done. The rebel slaves will think twice before tampering with Imperial property again.
Alright, we got more XP. Really easy to level up in Star Wars The Old Republic. Like, just goofy easy. Oh. Like, even if you don't have the full XP for whatever reason, you just kind of gain levels. Now it does get a little harder later on, and it can get kind of tedious later on too. There are some planets are not pleasant. You know, we're gonna meet one of those.
A second of your
planets
time, please.
In the near
Commander
future.
20, Imperial Intelligence.
You must have the wrong person.
Not at all. Our files are very thorough. You're a new face on Droman Kaas. That presents a unique opportunity and a small window in which to use it. I need you to meet a man. Go where he says and do what he asks. There's little danger, but you must not question him.
I've never played spy before. Tell me where to go.
The man is named Manda, and he is in a local cantina. Tell him the Lord of Sorrow sent you. Good luck. We will not speak again.
Excellent. I like this quest. Just a quick little quest, too. Oh, goodness. Alright, yeah, every once in a while my computer likes to just do that. So, it's fun. Alright, back onto the Varactile. Varactile? Varactile dysfunction? Oh my.
Seven brutal bloody murders. 7! And the killer is allowed to walk free? Decent, law-abiding citizens, loyal servants of the Emperor are being slaughtered. And what do our security forces do? Nothing. I've seen the killer myself, but the authorities say I don't have enough proof. I demand justice.
You certainly
That's
are allowed.
big talk for a worm like you.
I must be heard. I'm the only one who knows the truth. Several days ago, I spotted a bounty hunter following people seemingly at random, but pointing a strange device at them. The descriptions of the murder victims exactly match the people the hunter was following. He's behind these brutal killings, I know it.
He cannot be allowed to continue.
Well, what a relief. I've been trying to get someone, anyone, to listen to me for days. I followed the killer this morning. Saw the filthy alien skulking into the Mandalorian enclave. Someone called him by name, Renegan. This bounty hunter must learn the Empire doesn't tolerate alien scum like him killing its citizens. He needs to be punished.
Alright, now for the punishment. Hey, first off, we gotta go talk to a man named Manda. So let's do that. Alright, we're going to the, I think it's the Nexus Room Cantina, right? That's gonna be right up here. It's a neat little bar. Which, by the way, you may have noticed, it's another little side tip and trick. Rest areas get you an XP bonus while you're in a rested state. So, safe areas like cantinas, your ship, Viking space dock, they'll all give you a little bit of XP just for being in them. But, you know, like, and you don't have to log out at them. You just, they work. That being said, if you do log out in one, it worked real good. Yeah. Alright, so more tips and tricks with Steel Walrus. Yeah.
Manda, the Lord of Sorrow sent me.
Listen carefully. I can say this once. A Chiss security officer stands at the bank. Hand him this gambling chip. He will give you a small item and further instructions. Now walk away casually.
And this quest is starting to kind of become another example of stuff is always going on in the Sith Empire. Sometimes it's the Sith doing it. Sometimes it's the Imperials doing it. But it's always somebody doing something. Because it wouldn't be the Sith Empire without just shenanigans at all times. So we want to go across this area now. It's actually really... I want to take a second. First of all, look at that. Ain't that cool? We'll get a better view of it soon. I like this little sort of... it's hard to describe what it is. The little plaza thing. And the little... That's real neat. We'll go over here. This guy right here, we're just talking... This is just about, like, player housing and stuff like that. We'll do player housing one day. When I'm feeling particularly up to it, because it can be really cool. People put a lot of work into their houses, and of course I'm a big fan of decorating stuff. But yeah, let's talk to the security officer.
I have a gambling chip for you.
And I have a package for you. Do not open it. Better if you don't even look at it. There is an NK line droid. I'll show you where to find it. The package goes there. Long live the Emperor.
Yes, long live the Emperor. Just neglect the fact that he is an absolute maniac. Alright, so we're going back across. We'll get to see a little bit more of Dromund Kaas. Dromund Kaas is just, in general, really cool. I like the vibe of it. It's very dark, it's very Sith. You've got your modification vendor, which is level appropriate to the planet. You've also got, what is that in there? I haven't been in here in a while. Oh, another level 18 modifications vendor. So if you want to pick up more modifications, you can. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You're going to get gear that's appropriate to your level and appropriate to your relative need. Used to, back in the day, there were also skill trainers, but skill trainers aren't really that relevant anymore. You do, however, have more adaptive gear, specialty goods, promotion stuff here.
See anything you like?
So if you've got some specific currency for that sort of thing.
Come again.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Let's see here. Right, projectile. I am fading a little bit though. I think here in about 15 or so minutes. Once we get to the Dark Council building, I'll probably call it a stream, take a little break, and then I may come back after I eat if I'm feeling a little bit froggier. But we'll get through the quest that we're working on right now. I'm going to leave the one with the bounty hunter to be something we sort of work on off and on.
I have a package
as
for
we do
you.
Dromund Kaas, though.
For me? How wonderful. And I, in turn, have something for you, to show appreciation. If we have not caught the Republic's attention with this sequence, they simply aren't paying attention. Empire forever.
Yes. Now, what's actually going on here? Who knows? But it's cool. Anyway, and so there's kind of two ways you can do quests. You can do quests the way I do them, which is typically to kind of do them in a batch. Or you can kind of get the quest, do the quest, right? You can grab your lore thing there. It really is up to you. The way I do it is more time focused. It's more like, okay, if I do these things kind of together, I can you know, do the quest, and then I do other objectives as I go along, and it saves me time. Or, flip side of that, you could go, okay, well, I just want to focus on the story of each of these quests, so I'm going to get the quest, I'm going to do that quest, turn it in, and then go to the next quest. I think that's perfectly valid, especially for these minor quests where it's kind of easy to forget the details of them. I am going to talk to the Mandalorian Enclave taxi real quick, because that's where we can turn in, or start the second part of the thing. We're going to talk to Rennigan for spore hunting.
I've got a
learn
shuttle
more
to
about
catch.
what's going on there.
You mind getting out of my way?
You've been a bad boy, Rennigan.
Oh my.
Murdering innocent citizens.
No, hold on. I never killed anybody who didn't have it coming. You've been listening to Wrightson. Great. Listen, I didn't murder anybody. I was just hired to tag some random citizens, that's all.
You didn't ask why you were hired to tag random people.
I got instructions, not explanations. Seemed harmless at the time. I had no idea my clients would kill those people. I was hired by a group of Sith to organize games for them. Didn't realize what that meant until bodies started piling up. When I confronted them, they laughed. Said Sith have a birthright to hunt lowlives. It's like a sport to them.
My Sith brethren obviously have too much time on their hands.
I can think of better ways to pass the time, but then I'm not Sith. I'm in over my head, and too many people are watching me now, so I can't even leave. I need help, and I'm willing to pay for it. You interested?
I'll make no guarantees.
I just want this problem to go away, and I only see two ways for that to happen. Either get rid of the loudmouth pointing fingers at me, or end that sick game the Sith are playing.
Right, and here's where we can kind of see it pay off, where I turned off the indicator, like the hover indicator of light versus dark. Like, obviously, I know in my head, this is the light option, this is the dark option, probably. But I don't know 100% for sure. And this allows me to kind of decide what I want to do. I'm going to deal with the accuser.
I'll eliminate the man who sent me.
And here you go.
Never liked him anyway.
It's a dark side option.
Poor scum. Should have minded his own business. Take this hunter tag. Use it on that nosy scumbag. He'll become my client's new target. When you're done, come back here, and I'll have your payment ready.
Alright, so I can go back and talk to that guy and do the little tag thing. But what I'm going to do instead is run on over and turn in the Lord Zash part of my quest, Onwards to Dromund Kaas, so we can get this storyline started. I can take care of the tagging on my way out of Kaas City. Oh, and by the way, if you ever get dismounted, just hit your rocket boost if you've got it. Now that's going to be something you unlock through your legacy, so if you don't have it, you know, you won't be able to do it. But it's super handy. We'll talk at some point about why I think it's such a great quality of life item. Or, I guess, ability, technically, is what it is. And we'll go in here. And we'll just slip on in by here. Talk to Lord Zash.
Are you acquainted with the big, ugly, half-machine Dark Lord? He had a message for you.
Damn Scotia. What business has he going behind my back, speaking to my apprentice? Trying to intimidate you, no doubt. Wretched monster. More machine than man and dangerously powerful. Ever since I arrived on Dromund Kaas as an apprentice, he's made every effort to stand in my way.
Ustaitnians an parana, rahitis ni aino.
Ultimately, we cannot even begin the search for Tulakhod's ancient power with Scotia's rattling breath on our necks.
We should kill him.
Somebody should stop him from breathing, then.
Yes, and that somebody is you. You are going to kill Scotia for me.
Finally, a challenge worthy of me.
Good. That is precisely the attitude you'll need. I cannot be tied to Scotia's murder. Brazen power plays make the Dark Council nervous. But nobody will believe that a mere apprentice could defeat Scotia. It's impossible, and that's why it will work.
So what am I supposed to do?
I've begun to piece together the puzzle for Darth Scotia's destruction, but some elements have yet to fall into place. Out in the jungle, a group of slaves has recently revolted. They were working on a colossal statue that has since gone unfinished. I believe Scotia is hiding something of great importance near this statue. Get the archaeological plans to the area from one of the slaves, and contact me by holocommunicator.
Inbizo se waitai spila presen kretai. Inbise e wanata ataragata injais.
Just like, let me at her. Right. We've got more abilities. There's Jolt. Another interrupt. So we have 2 interrupts. Technically a 3rd interrupt over here if we're feeling generous. That's pretty great. Like, again, I really like the Sorcerer class because there's so much control involved. But, yeah, we're a little over 2 hours on the stream. A little shorter than I'd like to go, but I'm getting hungry, and honestly, it's time for a little siesta for the walrus, I think. Because I've been up since midnight, like a silly goose. Yeah. Anyhow, that being said, if you're watching this later on YouTube or on the VOD, I've been Steel Walrus, you've been awesome, which I guess it applies to everybody that's watching. And I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you come back and watch some more. Be sure to follow me here on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. And then we'll see one another again. And if not, well, it's been a pleasure. And hopefully you come back anyway. Alright. Well, time to sign off. I already said my little Steel Walrus, you are awesome thing. So since this is Star Wars, obviously, you know I gotta say, may the Force be with you.